If you said yes today and you didn't need to, something went wrong and you stepped in. I got it. Now you are doing something that wasn't yours to do. Again, if you're always the reliable one, the one who handles things, fixes things, figures it out, and you still end the day drained, this is why there is a tax being collected on you. Your time, your energy, your peace, that is the loyalty tax. My name is Shatica. My friends call me T. You found me because A, someone sent you this video and they were trying to tell you something. B, the algorithm, it figured out what you needed before you did. Or C, you just did not know you were missing something until right now. Either way, I'm glad you're here. I am very glad that you're here because today we're naming it. We're breaking it down and giving you 3 moves to start stopping it this week. Not someday moves. I'm talking this week's moves. So let's go. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into it, I gotta explain exactly who this is for. Because some of y'all are out there managing full-grown adults who treat their emotions like they're auditioning for a show nobody has to watch. Episode after episode, it's the same storyline, just a different day. And you, yes you're the cleanup crew. Bills paid, job held, title attached. Has a whole driver's license and everything. And they're still moving like their feelings are the main character. And everyone else around them is just supporting roles into their own personal production. I look at people like this. That's complete bewilderment. Not judgment, bewilderment. Like, how are you this big age operating like this and still expecting me to be surprised by your next episode? But here's what I want you to hear. They're not the problem. You're not the problem. The problem is the pattern. See, they bring the chaos and you bring the solution. They leave feeling better. You leave feeling used. Repeat. That is not a personality trait. That is a system. And you've been the engine of it for a long time, but that ends today. That all ends today. See, every time you show up for someone, you make a deposit. You deposit your time, your energy, your focus, your emotional labor, your ideas, your money sometimes, and all that equals a real currency. And here is what no one tells you. When you are consistently the reliable person in any system, the system will adjust to you. So now your reliability has become the baseline. It's not anything special. It's something expected. And once something becomes expected, it stops being seen. The person who always delivers becomes invisible. The person who delivers sometimes, they get celebrated. You have watched that happen in real time over and over. You have sat in rooms and watched somebody get praised for doing something you've been doing for years without saying a single word. That's the tap. The gap between what you give and what comes back. And here's where most people get stuck. You thought loyalty worked like a savings account. If you keep depositing, eventually there will be a return. There will be some sort of recognition, some type of things reciprocated, some type of respect. That return, it never comes. Not because you failed, because the system was never designed to pay you back at the rate you've been paying into it. Sit with that for a moment. Now let me tell you how this actually looks in real life, okay? Maybe your phone rings. You're tired, but you, reliable, answer. Work problem that is not your problem, but you fix it. Plans you had, now you do not. Money you barely have because someone else needs it. You figure out how to help anyway, all the time. Friends call, same problem. Different day, you listen again. Nobody told you had to, but you just did because that is who you are. And I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. I've been that person. I'm here to tell you it's costing you more than you are saying out loud. And that is self-abandonment with a generosity label plastered all over it. And the longer you wear that label, the harder it is for you to take it off. Look, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, okay, this sounds good, but I have a whole life. I have children, I have a job, I have responsibilities stacked on top of responsibilities. I don't have time for a 3-step framework. I hear you though. So, we are not adding anything to your day here. I'm not doing that. We are changing what you already do. So let me give you a scenario. Your girls' night is this weekend. You plan to get lit. You plan to hang out. You've been waiting on and need it. You need this me time. And then somebody, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be your children, but they need you to help out or cover something. Or they just need you right then and there. Do not say, let me see how I can help you or what I can do when you already know the answer because you got plans. Do not say, I will get back to you knowing full on well you will not. Just say no. I have plans. You are not filing a motion. No petitions here. You are living your life. Do not follow up with, are you cool with my decision? Your decision is not a negotiation. Again, you're not at a hearing. You are living life. Second, someone may ask you for your last $10. Not your extra 10, your last 10. The guilt hits immediately because they really need it. And you've always been the one who figures it out. So here's what you shouldn't do next. You do not move money around to make it work for them. Oh my goodness, please do not do that. You have to say, I don't have it. Or you could say a full sentence. No, with no explanation attached. Because you cannot be someone else's financial floor when you are still building your own foundation. That is not loyalty. Again, it's self-abandonment with that big old generosity label. And we already talked about what that costs you. Third, you are supposed to host a day party. Oh, I love day parties. It's your day. It's your energy. It's your event. And here comes the request. Can you also maybe handle A, B, C, D? Can you also coordinate that? Can you also show up for me before you show up for yourself? Not today. You are not available just because you are capable. Capability is not the same as responsibility. Make sure you write that down. Capability is not the same as responsibility. Look, for 23 years, I was the one. I was it. I handled it. I fixed it. I figured it out every time. And I told myself, I'm building something here. I'm about to get to the next level. This loyalty is going to pay the heck off. And at some point, this is going to come back tenfold. I was not weak. I was not naive. I was good at what I did, and I believed it mattered. But I was tired. And not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. The kind of tired that comes from giving it all you got for a system that was never built to give you a return. And with that, I still kept going. Until one day I realized I was not building anything. I was stabilizing something that should have collapsed a long damn time ago. I was exhausted because you cannot hold up what was supposed to fall without it eventually taking you down with it. Do you feel what I'm saying? See, that realization, that quiet moment, that was the beginning of me stopping. I didn't even give a speech. I could have. I just started asking one question before I stepped in. Is this mine to carry? If it was not mine, I just left it. That's all. No explanation. This ain't my show. And that's how easy it was to walk away. You are not just helping people. I don't know if you realize that or not. You have been stabilizing situations that should have collapsed a long time ago. And now it's left you exhausted because you've been holding up what was supposed to fall. Some things need to hit the ground. So the person that sits inside them finally feels the weight and decides to move. But you keep catching it. You catch all the slack because you're good at catching things. And everybody in your life, they know it. So in turn, with all that, we need to make some moves this week. Not this month, this week. I want you to move one and let it sit for a second. So next time something goes wrong around you, you'll be able to pause before you just jump in. And I don't want you to do it forever. Just long enough for you to ask yourself, is this actually mine? to fix, because most of the time it's not. You just got so good at fixing that the pause stopped happening. The pause is the move. The second one, I want you to say no without a follow-up. Stop saying I'll get back to you when you already know the answer is no. Every time you have to revisit a decision that you've already made, that's energy leaving your body. So say no once. Done. You don't owe anyone a comfortable no. You owe them an honest one. Third, stop fixing what nobody asked you to fix. Settle down. See, that urge you feel when you see something going sideways, that's not instinct. That's you reacting out of habit. And the habit of being the one who handles it all, I get it. But this week, I want you to notice the urge, name it, then ask, did anyone ask me to fix this? If the answer is no, leave it for someone else today. Do yourself that favor. Now, tonight, you're going to feel that pull. You're going to feel the pull to step in, to answer all the questions, to fix all of the things. And I want you to ask yourself, who asked me to fix this? To say yes when your whole body says no is insanity. So when that happens, you need to implement the pause. And make sure you ask, is this mine? And if it's not, I want you to take 2 steps back and leave it. So tomorrow in part 2, we're going to go deeper. Because the real problem is not that you're doing too much. The real problem is that you feel guilty when you stop doing. And that guilt has a name too. Again, I'm Shatica. This is Who CTV. And if this hits you somewhere real, please do share it out so more people find answers to the solution. Because somebody you know right now is paying a tab right now, and they don't even have a name for what it is that's happening yet. You might be the reason they find it today. I'd like to see you in the next one.